favorite among people. These shows had absolutely nothing to do with the morning talk shows that we do, like Morning Coffee and like this show where we would show clips, like you two, Shirley, because your videos too were flagged. In fact, even the most recent ones were flagged again. Now, part of this is that some people are even using it inappropriately. For example, certain political and religious groups are having people file complaints against them, illegitimate complaints. They just have to file 3 quick ones, and they can get you kicked off. So people who don't believe with political spokespersons like yourself, or people who come from a religious or spiritual background, can file a complaint against you, 3 of those, and have you removed. If you go now and do a Twitter search on DMCA, you will see that there are hundreds of people who have been affected, and YouTube, in an effort, I guess, to satisfy the big money people like Universal Music Group, have instituted these robots that get you kicked off. Now, let me tell you the worst part about this.
Tell me.
We were given, the robot who flagged us told us we needed to respond by the 24th.
Right, I remember that.
We responded on the 23rd, only to find that our profile had already been removed. And all the recent, there have been many people who've gotten together to discuss this issues, many legal communities, and all the recommendations say that this should never occur.
Okay, so what can we do? What can we do here at HipHopRepublican.tv?
You can go Death to DMCA. We started a website called Death to DMCA.
Death to DMCA.
Right, and you could go there and find out more information about how you're being affected.
We're Twittering it, and we're putting it in the chat room, so the chat room family watch this.
It's being used as a tool for
Death
people
to DMC.
Right, Death to DMCA.
DMCA. Okay.
Right, and I'll pull it up over here for you.
Death to DMCA, because we have to stop them from not allowing us to have freedom of speech. AlfonZo, what do you feel about that?
Well, there's a thin line between being banned and censorship.
Talk to me.
You know, so if they're I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Okay, go ahead.
And now, if the government is stepping in, is this a bureaucracy that's doing this?
This is a law that was instilled through the Clinton administration.
Okay, well, then that's censorship then.
Well, it was initially designed to protect people, but what happened, AlfonZo, is that they were never supposed to allow to have you remove your whole profile, just the offending videos, which we did promptly. Even the recommendations are said that they should.
Who determines what's offending? Is just anyone can come up.
Anybody can actually do it. The robot does it, and they're doing it really to appease the big money people like the Universal Music Group, who don't want any.
Now explain the robot movement. You said the robot. Explain that.
Okay, what happens is that they have designed this technology that monitors videos, so that when you showed like a video with Meg Whitman,
right,
talking about it, that video was flagged for having content that was not owned by you, and a notice was sent.
Okay,
that you had the video. In the majority of cases, what they tell you is that your video contains materials that may not belong to you. However, we're going to leave it up there, but we're going to put ads over it.
Okay,
that's what occurs in about 90% of the cases.
Even though Meg Whitman is brilliant, so we definitely have to ask her that question.
And then for other times, it just says that no, your video is unavailable. You could have videos from the same people that are removed.
But what if Meg Whitman provides me that video?
There's no way to prove it. What's so interesting is that there's no way to respond. We sent a 10-page faxed and emailed a 10-page response, got back a form letter that said we should respond to clicking these links, which takes you back to another robot that has you put in more stuff that just goes in a circle. So essentially what they've done is blown you off. There's no one to write to.
So we are becoming more
to the complaint. Nothing.
What I'm hearing you say is we're becoming so technically connected, we're disconnected from people.
Oh yes, that was part of the issue with this. The recommendations was to always have it supervised by a human being. But what happened is that it's being used in a manipulative way to block people who are either different or radical in their speech and thought. That includes people like yourself.
Or strategically a way to cut a truth being really told.
Or something, exactly. If someone doesn't want you up there, I can just go, I'm going to file complaints. And since I can just do it or not through these little robots, it'll get you knocked off.
Death to DMCA.
And I can show
And once we're at that site, what is our main objective? Because a family, anybody online has any question,
you can get information about the whole struggle. You can find out all the information about what's going on. You can see videos from other folks. You can see copies of our actual communications with them. And that's deaf2dmca.com is the real the site with all the...
Daddy, talk to me while the political brother's trying to find that site.
There it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There it is. So you can go and see all the...
Wow, okay, excellent.
And we just got this going because it's a new thing, but it's a new thing because we're the first organized response.
Right.
Okay? But I can't turn that off. But
no, when the commercials start on these channels, you can't turn it off. You can't stop it. But we can say that to the deaf to DMCA is an issue that is going to be talked about on a serious and a consistent basis on HipHopRepublican.tv. And we're going to be blogging about this because this is going to be an ongoing basis of the government, to me, being able to filter in and control us, to dictate to what we have to say. So who's to say that they will flag one of our videos, or even just a video with nobody's opinion or ideas, but because we've mentioned that name of that person, they could flag us and take us off the airway. 3 people. It's like that. 3 strikes you're out kind
it's
of
an
thing.
example of legislation.
Daddy's got something want to say.
But you know what, Mario and Shirley and Alonzo? Why are we any different from AP or the UPI? Or CNN, or
we're not.
You know, or ABC, NBC.
But we are. I'm going to disagree with you. We are. It's called capitalism.
We have the same. We have the
It's called
same.
capitalism.
No.
But because they have the money and they can play the game. It is a game.
That's right. Up is more of a marketing tool. We're not selling anything.
It doesn't matter. See, you're thinking too logical. This is a game, and you have to know how to play chess, darling. This is a chess move.
Okay.
And the chess moves that the bigger pieces are winning. Okay.
They don't want us there.
We're the pawns. We're move out of the way, pawns. We're the pawns, and so the bishop is stepping up, the rook is stepping up, the queen is moving all across this board, and we're not winning. The only way we're going to win is having more pawns, and that's the people. The voice of the people of reason is what makes sense. Please make sure you go to that website.
I'll tell you one thing: if I gotta go to war, I'm taking y'all ass with me, ride or die, sister.
Angela Davis, the new Angela Davis, for the Republican side. You know, we only have so much time left, family, and I have to do my commercial for guess who? Who's my favorite politician to talk about?
That liberal
Starts
Meg
with the
Whitman.
M to the E.
Poison says he's liberal.
Go girl, Meg Whitman. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Meg Whitman is in the house always on HipHopRepublican.tv until Election Day. It is going to be a very interesting race because that loser Jerry Brown finally put his card on the table, and he's out with vengeance. He's coming out with nasty, nasty videos against my Meggie. But that's all right. We're gonna still get you, old man. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you.
But
Meg
surely
Whitman
that other Republican is coming up
California.
against Meg. She got a little to deal with this
Poisoner.
He's been kicking on her ass. Now,
He's calling her liberal.
He's calling her liberal.
Well,
I'm listening to what Meg is saying.
Here's a
I want some
Smyrna.
change, and you know what? I can relate to what she's saying. I really can relate to what she's saying, but I don't really like how somebody in her party is like kind of jamming her. I don't think
Well, you know, here, family, we're always ahead of the game, and the bottom line is we're not through the primaries yet, and unfortunately, there is one candidate that feels that he has the right. That's the beauty of America, that you have the right to continue to run for campaign, even though you have no hell of a chance in high beans because you don't have the percentage of numbers. Right now, the statistics came out, and Meg has 62% of the vote, and Steve Posner, through the duration of this campaign, I will tell you, he was always below 2 digits. So since Tom Campbell, who was also running, a professor at Chapman University, has stepped out of this race and stepped to another race, and makes you wonder if he's running just to be running into races, but he stepped out of the race, and Steve and Meg picked up a lot of those points. So now Posner apparently is somewhere between 12 to 13 points, give or take, compared to the 62 are give or more take with Meg as well. There's undecided points as well. So we have to continue to realize that Posner's there, but have you seen Meg?